Thank you.
Yeah, still staying within that sector now. We do know that in Ethiopia now, Nigerians cannot enjoy the visa on arrival. Apart from that, we have Ethiopia Airline as proposed to be a major stakeholder in national carrier in Nigeria. And of course, that has been generating a whole lot of reactions. We have joining us now Mr. Chris Aligwe, former manager of Nigeria Airways, in the studio this time around. Mr. Aligwe, thank you so much for your patience there. We had to take Austin from Dubai. So I don't think I've seen any positive reaction to this proposal that Ethiopian Airline is going to, because the plan is that Ethiopian Airline will own 49,000 stake in the new airline, while Nigerian Sovereign Fund will take 46%. Oh, sorry, I think I said 49,000. 49% is what Ethiopian Airline will own. Then Nigerian Sovereign Fund will own 46%, and then Nigerian federal government will take 5%. I haven't seen from the associations in the sector, I haven't seen a positive reaction to this. What was your first thought or reaction?
Thank you very much. I think the equity shareholding is not just Nigerian Sovereign Fund. It's SACO, MRS. Those are the two Nigerian equity holders for now announced, and the government 5%. I think the reactions coming from the industry is quite unfortunate, sad, because many of them don't even have the information. First, they mix up partnership with equity holding. There are two different things completely. Ethiopian Airlines is not a partner. It's holding shares. A partner has a stronger hold when is a partner in a business. It can determine a lot of the directions, where the aircraft will be leased, where the aircraft will be maintained, a whole lot of them. But as a shareholder, it will determine, things will be determined along with other shareholders, where the direction of the airline. So first and foremost, a lot of things I've analyzed, who I've talked about, spoke on the basis of partnership. Ethiopian Airlines is not a partner to Nigeria Air.
Yeah, but I think also the worrying factor there might be that they're going to own 49%. That's a controlling share.
Well, for an individual, the highest equity holder by an individual, yes, that is correct. Okay, but all Nigeria as a whole, federal government and Nigerians are holding 51%. So 49% cannot be cannot control 51%. But having said that, there are arguments here and there. But the fact of the matter is that the first thing people are looking at is that what are the benefits of Nigeria Air? What are the challenges we have today? First and foremost, what is the Ethiopian Airline bringing to Nigeria Air? They are bringing technical competence. They are the best, at least, in the continent, even beyond the continent. In terms of, in the area of technical competence, Ethiopian Airlines has schedule integrity, technical integrity. They can operate their airlines with schedule. They have schedule integrity. We don't have it anymore in our country. The only airline that is making efforts today is Ibom Air to have schedule integrity. If you book Ibom Air, you know you have booked an airline, you will get your flight almost on time. But most other things we don't have. So what are they bringing in? They're bringing that. They're bringing their technical competencies, which we have lost in our country since the unfortunate liquidation of Nigeria Airways. All our first-class engineers, pilots, and technical crew, they are gone. They are geriatric. Many of them are 70s. And then the other day we were talking about the youngest of those people are now the DG of NCAA. That's the youngest.
But what's going to happen to domestic airlines, if this goes through? I think I can still say if it goes through, what's going to happen? Because they're also talking about the competition and how it might stifle the domestic sector.
Well, you use if. Let me use when. When it goes through. If we go through, yes, there are challenges now which should be taken out at the highest level. But the fact of the matter is that domestic airlines are talking about what will happen to them. They're not talking about what will happen to the major stakeholders in the travel industry. The Nigerian passenger is the major stakeholder. And so what will happen to me as a passenger? What will happen to teeming millions of Nigerians who travel by air? What is happening to us today? Competition is what we need in this country in order for the industry to take off. If there's no competition, we will not move in this country. That's first and foremost. So Nigerian Air should come in and compete effectively. It should set the benchmark. Today, there's no benchmark in the industry. I just told you, the airline that is trying to set some benchmark is Ibon Air. I stand to be challenged on that. There's no benchmark. It's a long time. Anything goes in the industry.
Yeah, but let's not, they're going to still be operating in the environments where these other ones are operating. They're still going to be faced with the challenges of aviation fuel, which has skyrocketed. They're still going to be faced with the N factor, that stifles or is a hurdle to the growth of businesses. They're still going to be faced with the realities of operating in Nigeria. So it doesn't mean that they're just going to be invisible and so above all of these other things.
I do agree. In the Nigerian aviation sector, like in any other sector, there are external problems, challenges. There are internal challenges. As of today, we have told most of our colleagues who are in the airline industry, their business models are not good to operate in the environment. They have a different business models. You don't use a 737 where you should use a smaller aircraft to operate. You make no money. You don't use an old aircraft that guzzles fuel, where there are new aircraft that will say 1.5 tons of fuel to fly. You use the one that is using 3 tons of fuel. So your business model is not good. And if you have a good business model, you will face the challenges. Challenges are there to be faced. But let me tell you, even aviation fuel is not cheaper in any other country. Most countries. So airlines operate with the cost of aviation fuel. What you can say, the challenge we have today is forex, that our airlines are not getting forex to maintain their aircraft as and that when due. But if you have a Nigerian Air operating very well, and particularly beginning its international operation, it will earn forex. Today, no airline.
You think it will earn forex?
It will earn.
Okay, earn it.
If you operate, yes, okay. You will earn it.
Okay.
Okay, and if you
it might reduce the pressure that we see in that space.
Certainly, it will. And that's the truth. That's the truth of it. So there are challenges. There are external challenges, but there are internal challenges. There are corporate governance issues, serious corporate governance issues affecting the airlines.
So do you see this Nigerian Air? We've been talking about it for a while, and now the president has said it will start working by December. That's just after November. Next week is November, then after that is December. So if I want to travel for Christmas, I can use Nigerian Air. I sincerely pray
that it comes on. Okay? It will come on, but I sincerely pray. But for it to come on at that point, at this point, so much has to be done. We've come to the point that the president himself, who made this promise, even before ever he got into the government, the minister is just driving the position of the president because president made that position before he came. It is time that president should call all the people involved and read them a riot act. If he doesn't, he will not meet his December timing. And then it will be on record that the president promised us that by December 2022, Nigeria Air will start functioning, and we didn't see it. That is why I say he had better call all the people involved. It is beyond, what is happening now is beyond the ministry. CBN is involved, finance is involved, the civil service is involved because they are operating this through civil service rule, TSA, procurement. You don't operate an airline on that basis. Airline, if airline has a problem, there's a tire burst, and you want to go through procurement, you call 3 companies to advertise. You will not take off. So the earlier they take it out from there and operate it, see it as a business, the better. I think it's high time we did that, and I sincerely hope. I know that the airline will take off, but the date of December will not be met if riot act is not read to all the people involved. There are about 4 institutions involved. Murphy, Ministry of Finance and Corporation is involved. CBN is involved. Ministry of Aviation is involved. And one other agency. They should be put together. And it is the responsibility of the president who gave this nation this promise that this will happen to read the Royal Act to all those involved.
So there you go, President Muhammadu Buhari. We are looking up to you, expecting that by December, Nigeria Air will be functional. Because I know that Mr. Aligbe wants to travel like Christmas.
I want to travel. I want to travel.
And you want to be on Nigeria Air.
And I think Nigerians want to travel.
All right, thank you so much. Former General Manager of Nigeria Airways, Mr. Chris Aligbe, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us this morning.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you. So let's take a break now, a short break, a very short one, because we have other conversations. Remember also that on Friday, or Thursday or Friday, the startup bill was signed into law. So it's now Start-up Act. And we're having this conversation and trying to push it. Now we've finally gotten it. Then what's next? We'll have that conversation after the break. Just stay with us. This is Business Morning on Channels Television.